All right, everybody. I'm going to be, talking to you tomorrow.
We end with this.
O-P-I-E, that's O-P, with his partner Anthony. They give us news in their own views, and Ant really doesn't hate the Jews. Little Jimmy is also there. He likes she-mills and no one cares. Make me laugh, that's O-and-A. The pendulum is swinging back the other way. Make me laugh, O-and-A.
How great was Lane Staley? Come on. Give it up for him. Opie and Anthony. I don't know. We're in a weird position today. It's been happening for months and months.
Yep.
People just getting fired left and right. We haven't brought a lot of it onto the show, but a lot of the faithful listeners, they know. They watch Tom Chiusano say goodbye, and PD after PD after PD say goodbye.
PDs.
Yeah. The business is just, it's at a crossroads.
Yeah. And something's going to have to give.
And today we say goodbye to a guy, Steve Freed.
Yep.
He did the Wood Yee voice for Howard. Easiest way to describe him for the people out there. And he's been with this company, CBS Radio, for 41 years.
41 years.
Barely took a sick day.
Yeah.
He accumulated 7 months of sick days. That's the type of employee this guy was.
He could take off for 7 months.
Right.
Well, could have.
But the rumor has it they might have taken away his sick days that he freaking were collecting.
Just brutal, man.
And here's just some of the things.
Yeah, this puts 41 years in perspective.
Yeah.
Because you might think, all right, the guy got hired 41 years ago. He was 22 years old.
Yeah. And
you go, okay, that's 41 years. But it puts it in a little perspective when you kind of give it a little timeline.
Yeah, exactly. Woodstock was 2 years away.
Yeah.
When Steve started at CBS.
No one even knew what it was. A little small town in upstate New York with no history, no nothing. No one cared about it.
Martin Luther King Jr. was still alive when Steve Freed started with this company. The Beatles were still rocking for another 3 years. They were still...
And they were only together for like 6 years.
Right.
They had half their career.
Still to go when CBS hired Steve Freed. The Berlin Wall.
Yeah.
Was what? Just up?
Yeah, it was only up a couple years.
Huh?
Yeah.
It was only up a couple of years at that point. Okay. A little band called Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
They weren't even a band yet when CBS hired Steve Freed, who they're letting go today. By the way, they told him Tuesday. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Here's one. We got a black president now, right? This Obama?
Well, January.
In January, sure. Blacks were celebrating the first year they were allowed to vote when CBS hired Steve Freed.
I can see Steve walking the hallways just going, I can't believe the they're allowed to vote. It's all downhill from here, guys.
What's this world coming to? And the number one song when
them voting is going to go over like a Led Zeppelin. Hey,
I'm going to call Robert and give him that one. Number one song back in 1967 when they hired Steve Freed.
Oh, typo.
What?
It says A Winter Shade of Pale.
Oh, yeah. It was a Wider Shade of Pale by Procol Harum.
Yep.
Was the number one song in the country. U.S. population was 198 million.
Wow, we whizzed past 300 million.
Yeah.
Well, since Steve has worked at CBS, the country has grown by 106 million people.
Has it doubled?
Almost.
Almost.
And let's remember, people were dying that whole time, too, so that's crazy. That is crazy.
I hope I don't catch the typhoid.
Yeah. You said it. It's like the Black Plague, and we're just hoping for the best, that we somehow will survive this. But
wrap some rags around your face and hope you don't breathe it in.
I don't really hold out much hope for us.
I don't hold out much hope for this medium. Like everything. I'm talking like just where people use some kind of machine to turn on other people's choices of music.
Right.
It just seems to me like a very archaic way of doing things, but
I should explain myself, though. I think the Opie and Anthony show will go on for a while now. But in its current...
Yeah.
What's the word I'm looking for?
Incarnation.
In its current distribution,
I
don't hold out hope for. But I do believe it becomes something else, and we'll be just fine.
I know one thing CBS has done is really embrace the internet and certain aspects of that. So I don't know if that's, going to pull in new people in the future.
Yeah.
Is this one of those, like, purge, and then you get new people, new young go-getters that are 22 years old that'll...
Well, as we beat up corporate today, I mean, the fact is they're just not making enough money, so you got to make your cuts.
Yeah.
What is it? The bottom line. The bottom line.
Yep. Got to get out of the red.
So, I mean, if the internet starts, making money for this company, then you get to see people being hired again.
Apparently, Kevin from Connecticut is saying Steve was hired during the Summer of Love.
1967. There you go.
I'm going to go some I could say whores. Some whores.
Where's E-Rock?
Going to Frisco.
E-Rock.
To go bang some broads.
Yeah. So, E-Rock, even though you're telling us we should wait, I got to play the Steve Fried goodbye speech.
Love the one you're with.
You should play the song first.
Play the song first?
And then play the speech.
And what were you just telling me during the break?
I was trying to remember some other stuff about Steve, and earlier this year, I remember Steve coming in all upset, and I asked him what was wrong, and he was complaining that they had raised the price of his bus fare because it takes him about an hour on the bus to get here in the morning.
Oh, he spends an hour on the bus every day for 41 years.
He's been taking a bus into New York for 41 years?
That I don't know, but it seems like it, yeah.
Ralph Cramden was his bus driver.
Right. Well, the Doors' self-titled debut album was released when...
debut album.
When CBS hired Steve Fried. And what was the other thing? He's looking for a job, but...
Well, when he was telling me about the news, I said, so what are you doing? And he said he's been looking online for his for job opportunities and other options for his medical coverage.
Uh-huh.
And then he pauses and he goes, but it just takes so long because all I have is dial-up.
Oh, no. You're kidding me.
No, I'm not.
Dial up on an old rotary phone. He's got like that connection, in war games.
Yeah,
where you got to put the handset in the cradle. Welcome. You're fired.
Right.
You have unemployment.
And he's been scared essless for the last 6 months. Every day he's like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it to the end of the year. I'm hoping.
Whatever life brings.
Right. Average household income when Steve Fried was hired by CBS, $7,143.
What was the Dow at?
The Dow? That's a good. That's a good one.
What was the Dow at when he was hired? Wow.
Wow.
I bet it was.
And by the way, the obvious one.
Probably close to what it is now.
Yeah, right. And the obvious one, we weren't on the moon yet for another 2 years when CBS hired.
It was
Steve Fried.
Apollo 4 had just taken off.
Yes.
The week before, it was November 4th of that year. But Apollo 4, we weren't even in double digits.
We wouldn't go to the moon till Apollo 11.
What did Apollo 4 end up doing?
It circled and came back.
It just went round and round a few times? Great.
But wait, I just did the math. If he spends an hour each way on the bus, and he did it for 41 years, it's over 10 years of work he could have accumulated, 21,000 hours. There's 2,000 hours of work in a year.
He spent 10 years on a bus?
Yeah.
Well, 10 work
years.
Work
on a
years.
bus.
10 work years
on a bus. To give his blood and sweat for this company. They got him something, right?
No.
For an old just adios, you're fired.
Right.
We got him breakfast.
I know.
Yeah.
We did, by the way, not the company. We got together, and I know we're supposed to, be looked at as complete a-holes, but we got together and said, you know what, somebody has to do something for this
Give him
guy.
a gold watch.
Wow. We're living about Schmidt today.
Yep. Yeah, that's it.
A movie that I think is hilarious, but now that it's kind of real today, it's not so funny anymore.
Yeah.
Here's Steve Freed singing a little song for everybody today.
Oh, no.
And then we got the goodbye speech that E-Rock says is brutal, and we should maybe just go home afterwards.
Yeah.
All right, here's Steve Freed after 41 years. He recorded this morning?
Yesterday.
Goodbye, cruel world. I'm leaving you today. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, all you people. There's nothing you can say to make me change my mind. Goodbye.
That's how it ends, by the way.
Are you kidding me? It just gets cut off like that?
Yeah.
That's symbolic.
I guess the company said, good enough. Don't want to waste any more tape.
Any more recording time?
Right. I
Wow.
did quotes with my tape because I know it's all digital now.
Goodbye.
A-holes. That's awful.
That is really depressing.
All right, and then what? And now here's the goodbye speech?
Yeah, because he didn't know if he'd have a chance to say goodbye to people in this company that he liked. So we're giving him the opportunity to do so.
What is he doing right now?
I don't know. I'll go find
He should
out.
be watched the entire morning.
He's packing.
Is he packing his little...
that box up that
I'll go find out.
Everyone gets to take
go
down
find
the
out.
elevator.
Wait, E-Rock. Come.
With a nameplate.
Yeah, then we'll find out what he's doing, and we got to get him live on the air. But Steve Freed, after 41 years, I know a lot of the people we talked to out there don't really know him, but, you know, here's his goodbye speech to people he loved and knew from this company.
Yeah.
All right.
Hello. You may know me best as the character Would Ye, but my name is Steve Freed. I've worked as an engineer for this station for 41 years. Today, sadly, is my final day with the company. It's not the job that I'll miss. It's the amazing people I've had the privilege to work with that have become family to me. People like Paco, Roscoe, Zachary, Jay Thomas, Dan Ingram, Dave Herman, Pete Fornatel, The Howard Stern Show, Billy West, Artie Lang, Opie and Anthony, and Jimmy Norton. And not just the people on the air. There are countless people behind the scenes and in the office that meant the world to me. In this industry, it is uncommon to be given the chance to publicly say goodbye. Opie and Anthony have been gracious enough to give me this opportunity to do so. Thank you to the staff, the shows, the talent, the listeners, for the best 41 years of my life. Goodbye, farewell, and your mom's box.
Wow.
I just got something in my eye, all right? Give me a
Oh, yeah. I was wondering why you turned away from the mic there for a second.
No, I just got a little something in my eye.
Yeah. A little dust came up from the board.
Stupid emotions!
Have them cut out.
Hate emotions.
Love that. Just go in. They could take them out with lasers now, those emotions.
Wow. What the F, dude? What? When you
I'm ready
go...
to crack this bottle of wine and start drinking at this hour.
No kidding.
I'm going to go get him.
Well, we'll talk to him after the break.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Yeah, Steve from Bayshore. Right now, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Could we maybe try to, like, bring some funny into this situation? Maybe he could, like, record famous farewell speeches all morning long?
Okay.
What other ones? What are some of those other farewell speeches?
Get Nixon's.
Nixon's?
Richard Nixon.
Yeah.
You won't have me to kick around anymore.
You
All right, let's get him to do a few. Cause
won't have Steve Freed to kick around anymore.
Right.
Yeah,
why don't we have him do that? Because we got to keep him distracted.
Okay.
I shall not seek, nor shall I accept.
Yeah, exactly. Let's do that.
This job.
I will not run.
Nominated.
More stuff that was going. Anyone have a tissue? Jesus, what the hell? What is this foreign crap coming out of my eyes? The Dow Jones, Anthony, back in 1967, was at 879.
879.
When they hired Steve Freed.
All right.
Thanks for the tissues. The Andy Griffith Show was the #1 show on TV. And in 1967, the ABA was formed.
Oh. Little perspective on how long he's been an employee here.
Right. All right. We'll go to break with a little fun here. Steve Freed did a lot of songs for us.
Sure.
He had such a unique voice. We try to make him do some fun stuff for the Opie and Anthony show. Here's his Led Zeppelin montage as we go to break. Opie and Anthony.
We've done 4 already, but now we're steady, and then we went 1, 2, 3, 4. Good times, bad times, you know I had my share. When my woman left home, didn't seem to care. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Hey mama said the way you move gonna make you sweat, gonna make you groove. Oh child, it makes you sing, gonna make you burn, gonna make you sting. Hey, want a whole lot of love, want a whole lot of love, want a whole lot of love, want a whole lot of love.
This is a very special Opie and Anthony show today.
Yes.
As we say goodbye to Steve Freed.
All around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out faces, bright and early for the daily
Stevie Darko.
Yeah. If you listen closely, this is how I imagine Steve Freed sounded 41 years ago. Kind of sounds like, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
filling up their glasses. No
Before time got the best of them.
No expression. Hide my head, I wanna drown my sorrow. No tomorrow, no tomorrow.
Opie and Anthony. Rich doesn't know what's going on.
I kind of do. It's so depressing.
Well, it's a weird to step out of my role as a-hole.
Good luck with that.
right.
How do you say role or personality?
Well, whatever you want to make of it, but it's just a weird time to be a radio host because Aunt and I come in here every day. We try to ignore what's going on, which is everyone around us is getting fired,
Being leveled.
Everywhere we turn, people are getting fired.
Wow.
And commercial radio is in a weird crossroads. Satellite radio, those two companies merged, and we lost as far as that merger goes. So they're firing pretty much everyone that had something to do with XM.
Yeah, everyone we knew.
Right. And then this Steve Freed, who we've seen for the last almost 3 years, 2.5 years, they're letting him go after 41 years with the company.
41 years.
Wow.
And I think it finally came to a head today that we kind of got to acknowledge what the hell's going on out there.
Yeah, free
and kind of
today.
acknowledge that a lot of really talented people are being shown the door because, the business is in a weird state right now.
Steve from Bayshore saying as if the day wasn't depressing enough, Voss is in studio.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, boy. Yes,
Out
Steve.
with the old, in with the
Right.
old. Is that Steve? Is he the guy
The mad scientist.
that walks?
Yeah.
It's kind of sad because
It's really sad. Because where does he go from here? He's 63. All he knows is radio. He told me 2 days ago, he goes, I
I don't know what it's like to be fired. I've never been fired before.
It's like, I've never been fired.
He started with the company when he was 22, right out of college,
Yeah, young buck.
young buck filled with, what?
Yeah.
Blank and vinegar. And, then time gets the best of you and just shown the door. And now what?
Had the world by the balls, right?
Now what?
And then 41 years later,
Yeah.
a moon landing.
And then I was telling you, everybody, with this XM thing, people are sending in their goodbye emails like crazy. I hate the new technology, I decided. Because, a mere few years ago, you didn't have the opportunity to send out these mass goodbye emails. People just left.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Oh, when E-Rock runs in, that means he's got an update. That's not good.
It's not about Steve. It's about those. They're not sending their own mass goodbyes. They have to submit them to HR. And the HR lady is the one who's submitting them to the rest of the company.
See, so that can't even be a personal,
What, they don't trust these people with their goodbye emails? What are they going to do? Give away the secrets of radio?
It's like when they sent letters from the Army in World War II.
Right.
Just black censored lines over things. We're in
blank.
blank.
Yeah.
Our mission is blank. Blank.
So this is what it's come down to. You can't even send out your own goodbye email. It has to go through like a human resource department. They got to approve your goodbye email.
Well, a lot of people that are fired would probably want, would probably want to maybe say some disparaging remarks about the company.
Well, let them.
Well, no, because you're not allowed. It's got to go through HR puff and stuff for some reason.
Hey, here's things that didn't exist when Steve Freed was hired by CBS Radio.
Didn't exist.
Yeah.
Puts a little perspective on it.
The World Trade Center.
Wow.
Doesn't exist again, but what we're talking about here is they didn't even begin building the damn thing.
Right.
Monday Night Football did not exist. The New York City Marathon did not exist. The floppy disk did not exist. That came and went since he's been here.
Things that have come and gone, you could pretty much do.
Disney World wasn't around yet.
Disney World, there's just a little Disneyland. And that was new.
Amtrak, the NASDAQ, Pong, meaning the first video game, basically.
Yeah.
Federal Express wasn't around.
Well,
the Heimlich maneuver. We didn't even know how to save people that were choking to death.
Oh, my goodness. Someone's choking. I have no clue what to do.
Betamax and VHS. And guess what? Gambling in Atlantic City did not exist when this company hired Steve Freed. President since he's been hired. Johnson, Nixon, Ford, Carter, Reagan, Bush, Clinton, Bush.
Well, you forgot a president-elect.
And, of course, Barry.
I never thought I'd see the day where I'd have to be fired and in the White House.
Yeah.
Do they give him a party or something?
Party. This is it. You're looking at it, Rich.
Years.
You see this?
That
was from us.
And that's all. He doesn't get a watch. He doesn't get a fishing trip.
I honestly don't know, but I would bet a lot of money that he's just walking out of here after 41 years.
Was he get like a letter, bad news and worse news or something?
I don't know.
Stunty. Yeah. Give me the MSRP of a 67 Vet. Let's see what the hell a Corvette.
Yeah.
Brand new 1967 Corvette would have cost you.
Sure.
Had you walked into that dealership.
Yeah, but the difference is you could still use a Vet 40 years.
How much?
$16,990.
Wow, righteous bucks.
Nice.
I'll take two.
Yeah, well. So the goodbye emails I was talking about. Another one just came in 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And I guess I had to go through human resources because you're not allowed to send your own goodbye email.
No.
So it's filtered, and then they go, all right, we'll send this out to everybody. It's a guy, Scott Walterman.
Mm-hmm.
He's a news guy, and he sent news updates all the time for all XM employees, and I read them constantly just to try to be up on what's going on, right? He writes, wow, I know it sounds trite to say that working at XM was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, but truly it was. And more sadness, right?
They all start like that.
It's been
a great experience.
I've been blessed. Over my 30...
Oh, no.
Wow. Wow. I'm mad because I can't get in one club in Missouri.
Over my 30-plus years in radio and TV, I've been so very lucky to work at some of the greatest nameplates in broadcasting. I'm just a kid from Miami, who got to work in some of the greatest shops in our business.
Shops.
But the histories of those places were already built by the time I got there. Now I know what it must have been like to be there when those shops were built. XM became another media icon, and we were its Edward R. Murrows, the Bob Hopes, and the Ernie Kovacs. When I first came to XM for my interview, blah, 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 it just goes on and on and on and on and on and on.
There was a little mistake. I thought that was a little high. 67 vet was $4,240.
Oh, okay.
All right, that's a little better.
Yeah.
4,000. Look at you, you shyster.
That's Steve's severance pay.
400% off.
Yeah, let's say hi to Morgan. Morgan, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Pretty good.
Good. I'm just calling because I'm actually out of New York, and I'm an HR manager, and it's pretty bad out here.
Yeah.
Hey, easy.
No, I know. That's why we're kind of like acknowledging this today. I mean, it's been happening in radio way before the stock market crashed, by the way. Now everyone is feeling this. Everyone is seeing people get fired if they're not getting fired themselves. And
yeah, that's a scary thing. Myself, I'm like, okay, are we next?
Yeah. You know, you give it your all for your job, and one day they just go, we don't need you anymore.
Yeah.
And I guess there's no easy way to let people go. I understand that, but I guess the point we're making today, 41 years, you gotta do something. You gotta do a little something.
Yeah.
Whatever that is, I don't know. So, all right, Morgan, thank you.
But during a recession, isn't like people that work in TV, I know, say they're not getting bonuses this year. Mm-hmm. But during or this time, isn't TV and radio making a fortune because that's what everybody's doing now is watching TV and listening. They're not going out.
Who's making a fortune in TV and radio?
I'm saying, isn't this when TV,
the companies?
Yeah, when they prosper because people aren't going to the theater.
No, radio is in the.
No, well, you're laughing. That's
the companies that advertise don't have the money to go to these TV stations and radio stations and say, hey, we'll spend money on your shows. So the stations aren't making money. They're putting shows out, and then they have to say, well, advertising's down, so we can't pay the talent as much as we'd like to. It's like a big, trickle-down poverty thing.
Sure.
But doesn't advertisement base on viewership? If
the advertiser goes, I don't care how many people you got watching, we don't have the money. You're going to have to lower your rates or we're not going to advertise. It's what it is. That's how it works in these
cars,
trying times.
Beers, phone, home furnishings, all of our big advertisers, guess what's happening to them? So they're not spending money on
People aren't going in and buying these things. Look at GM and Ford.
Yeah.
They're ready to buckle under.
Hey, speaking of bonuses, wow, this is going to really piss off some people today.
As long as Mercedes is still in business.
You know the banks? The banks out there, a lot of them in deep trouble, right?
Yeah.
Did you hear this story?
I don't know. Which one?
Well, it's no secret that investment bankers are well compensated, mostly through year-end bonuses. But will they receive big bonuses this year in the midst of the financial crisis?
Of course not, right? That would have to go away.
You got to cut that. That's part of the, the bloat that you got to take out of.
You can't pay big bonuses to these bank people, right?
Right.
Spoke with several compensation consultants who said that even in this economy, firms are worried if they don't pay out the bonuses, they'll lose their top talent, people they want to keep for when the pastures turn green again. But with profits plunging this year, lawmakers and taxpayers are concerned about where the money for those bonuses will come from.
During bull markets, the year-end bonuses paid on Wall Street were enough to buy some very nice toys. You'd think this year's massive financial crisis would mean those days are over. But are they? For Wall Street workers still employed, there could be a hefty bonus coming next month. According to a Bloomberg report, Goldman Sachs has set aside $6.8 billion for bonuses. Morgan Stanley, $6.4 billion.
What is wrong with this goddamn country? How do they justify that?
They're paying out bonuses
in the billions.
They just gave away somebody's house.
House? Who has $1 billion house, you dummy?
Wow, they gave away
they're giving away
neighborhoods.
Right. How does that make sense?
How do they justify that? First of all, the talent that they want to hold on to for when the pastures get greener
aren't that talented.
They're the ones that got us in this situation.
Exactly. So what are they talking
Secondly,
about?
who's leaving? Who's leaving a job voluntarily to go somewhere else if you didn't get your bonus?
Right.
Not knowing if there's any job. Lucky enough if you're holding on to your gig.
Yeah.
You have no leverage now.
No.
It's more business as usual. They don't want to do anything different or change something. They've been doing this for years. Let's keep doing it. Meanwhile, the country is posting these losses and that are record-setting. That has never happened in the history of these companies.
Yeah.
And look at, like I said, General Motors and Ford. They're looking. The government's pretty much saying, I don't know. I don't think we're going to bail you guys out.
Mm-hmm.
So what are they going to do? Merge? What are they going to? Someone's got to scoop up Chrysler and try to make something of that. They just. What do they do? What does a car company do when people aren't buying cars?
They just.
What do you do? Rich Voss?
Yeah.
I think Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley should.
Goldman Sachs.
Sachs or whatever.
There's a couple of Sachs in that one.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever.
I say
You're
they
right.
bail out GM and the car companies
with the bonus money.
With the bonus money, the bonus money.
Yeah.
They bail them out.
I want a bonus.
Okay, they bail them out,
From
and then
Goldman Sachs.
they're part stockholders in the company.
Well, why not just hire Rich Voss?
Wasn't that a good? That's a good solution, I think, for everybody involved. Now, the people that were getting the bonuses are getting points on the stocks from the buyout.
Yeah. Right.
All right.
Well,
Do you
you're
understand?
a genius.
Sure.
I got no problem with that one.
You want more on this story, or you want to bail?
Why?
This bonus thing.
Yeah, let's hear.
Chairman of the House Financial Services Committee, Barney Frank, isn't happy.
These are people who lost enormous amounts of money. How do you give a bonus to someone for having failed so badly, as many of these people did?
What's got many on Main Street and Capitol Hill angry is that some of the $700 billion bailout package could go into the pockets of Wall Streeters to pay their bonuses.
All of the money is supposed to go into new loans. None of it is supposed to go into compensation of any kind for the employees.
New York Attorney General Andrew Cuomo has opened an investigation into Wall Street bonuses. He sent a letter to 9 financial institutions demanding, quote, a detailed accounting regarding expected payments to top management in the upcoming bonus season.
These are tax dollars that are going to these institutions. And I believe the taxpayers have a right to hold the institutions accountable for what they're doing with their money.
Unbelievable.
This $700 billion that the government coughed up for these bailouts, if a penny of it goes to a bonus or some kind of compensation program for these people, there should be a revolution in this country. There should be a revolution. There's no reason. Every cent should go to bolstering the company, to getting the company back on its feet. Yeah, to giving new loans. No one's giving out loans these days. Banks make their money on loans. They don't make money taking your money in with your little passbook and the ATM fees. That's not where they make money. They make money on loans.
You're right.
And they're scared and don't have the money to loan people anymore. And they don't. You know, you got to have a credit rating of 1,200 now. I think they raised it to.
Yeah.
They're not giving loans out. There's too many people defaulted on them. So this money is there as an incentive to loan people money so they could then get the interest from it, not to give executives bonuses. Where's the blood in the streets? It should be running in the gutters of the streets.
We all just got fat and lazy in this country.